is May 26, 2025, also known as Memorial Day. And right now across the United States, we do have some stuff starting to start over. We do have tornado watches over here in central Texas, as some severe weather over here in eastern Missouri and southern Alabama, and also some flood watches over here in northeastern Texas, northern Louisiana, and southern Arkansas. So we have a mixed brewing stuff of all type of weather happening over here in kind of the South, Ozarks, and Southeast. So that's what we're going to be talking about in today's weather update video. For tonight, the SPC has put out an enhanced risk for central Texas over here, as well as some areas of slight risk over here in the northern panhandle of Texas, as well as the slight risk that goes all the way through Louisiana, into Mississippi, into even Alabama. Now, the tornado threat is not our biggest threat, but it can still rule out. We do have that 5% chance happening over here in kind of central Texas kind of area, as well as a 2% chance in eastern New Mexico, with the 2% following kind of over into Mississippi and Alabama. Now, I do believe that the hail threat is going to be our biggest concern, as we do have two areas of hatched risk over here, with one with like the central part of Texas being with the 30% chance that you'll see large hail, with that significant hatch risk, meaning like 2+ hail, is also over here in the northern panhandle and western portions of Oklahoma. We could be seeing some hail too. Damaging wind threat will kind of happen around central Texas again, with even a significant hatch risk. So 70 to 75+ mile per hour gust winds. We could be seeing over here with that 30% chance. Now, we do have a slight risk, so 15% chance over here in eastern New Mexico, as well as this all extending up through Louisiana, Mississippi, into Alabama. Now, for tomorrow, we do have two areas of slight risk. Over here in southern Texas, we'll have one, and over here in the Dixie Alley, so Mississippi, Alabama, and Georgia, we could be seeing some severe weather over here for tomorrow. Day 3, we do have at least a marginal risk throughout the whole south and southern plains. In fact, most of the country is kind of under this general weather risk, and I expect this to I expect them to probably add like a slight risk somewhere around here, and maybe even like shortening down this general risk. I mean, it could expand. Still a couple of days from now, this is kind of like what they think is going to happen. It's like a little check mark or a little Nike logo if you think about it, which I've kind of just noticed now. Now, for our flooding, excessive rainfall, we do have a large portion of Texas under that slight risk, as well as most of northern half of Louisiana, most of Arkansas, northern half of Mississippi and Alabama, as well as to western Tennessee. We could be seeing a 15% chance of flooding. Tomorrow, I kind of call this an awkward, weird day. We have 3 areas of different slight risk weather. Over here in Texas, so central southern Texas, you could be seeing some stuff. Over here in the Dixie Alley into the East Coast, you could be seeing some. So throughout the Southeast, and even one over here in the Ohio Valley, we could be seeing some flooding as well. Now, what can we be seeing tonight by these storms? So we can see that already by the time making this video, we do kind of have a little line of storms already forming kind of through. And as we do continue that, those lines will continue moving through kind of through the evening. And then kind of near the evening to overnight hours, you could start seeing those storms in central Texas kind of form over here. And we can see that they're going to expand very quickly and kind of turn into a line of storms. So we could always have embedded tornadoes in some of these, hail threat in these, and even damaging winds itself. And we can see that in the northern panhandle of Texas. See another line of storms too, where we see that other slight risk too. Now, there will be storms kind of over here in the Mississippi and Alabama, where we have all those watches right now kind of in effect. So you got to be aware if you're really within this whole region area, because there might be multiple round of storms coming through, no matter what, if it's damaging winds or hail or even tornadoes. You got to watch out, because everything is going to be happening tonight. Real quickly, I do want to talk about climate right now, and throughout the next week to 10 days, most of the country is either going to be in near normal temperatures or above temperatures, except if you're in the Dixie Valley. We'll probably see lower than average temperatures, which honestly find surprising, gonna be honest. 6-day, 10-day precip. Most of the west coast here is going to be above average, as well as Florida. Really across the mid-Atlantic and the Ohio Valley into the Great Lakes, we might be seeing probably, drier than average weather. 8 to 14-day temperatures, they do expect kind of like the mid-Atlantic and the Northeast. A lot, like anything like east of the Rocky Mountains in the Pacific Northwest, see, above than average temperatures. I don't know why that took me forever to say. And then colder than average temperatures down here in the southeast, and then kind of like the Rocky Mountains, we'll see near normal temperatures. And then same thing for the 8 to 14 precip. Most of the country is probably going to be experiencing, more than average precip, unless if you're in the Northeast or just a tiny bit around, Seattle and Portland, Oregon. We could probably be seeing some below average temperatures. Now, right now across the United States, I am using the Euro model because I realized that the GFS model while I was making this video kind of had to update itself. So we're just going to be using the Euro model for talking about the rest of the country. You can see those line of storms kind of in southern Texas into Louisiana will be moving, and all those will kind of be moving out into the northeast, or we could be seeing some flooding as well. And then behind this, we might have more storms coming in from the southeast, which could even cause even more flooding happening with that low developing there. And then kind of as that moves out, we'll have high pressure building across most of the country. And then we may be seeing moisture coming out of the Rocky Mountains over here. And then another low moving mostly going through Canada, but still could be hitting the very tippy northern parts of the United States. And then maybe even later we could be seeing some tropical rain happening across Florida here. So definitely be aware of the weather around here. So if you guys like to like and subscribe, make sure you guys do that. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.